Now, last month when I reviewed the ARC-170 Starfighter, I teased in my review the idea of modifying the set, doing a little bit more. There was just a few things that bothered me, really the engines especially. Overall, though, I thought it was a good set. I ended up recommending it to you guys. It's been a big hot seller here in January of 2025 now, but I still think we can go further with this. I've been tinkering on and off with the ARC-170, and so after a few modifications, here's what I came up with. You know, I think the joke of, oh, this is you and this is the guy she tells you not to worry about is a little befitting here. Overall, though, guys, I am extremely thrilled to finally share with you my modified version of the ARC-170. I'm very proud of this design. I really made sure that it didn't go off the rails, that I didn't go too far. I wanted to keep the style of the Lego set, but change some aspects that I thought could be better. So let's go through this one by one, but first, I know everybody's gonna ask this in the comments below, where do these clear stands that I'm utilizing come from? It's from a company called iDisplayIt. It's based out of the UK, they ship internationally. I'll leave a link down in the description. It's affiliated and helps out the channel. With that said, what have I changed here on the ARC-170? The most obvious one you probably have already noticed is the engines. I thought the original engine design here on the 2025 ARC-170 set is just not doing it for me. It's off-putting, it looks strange, especially when you compare it to the previous ARC-170s, the 2010, 2005 version. It just didn't look right, especially with even the smaller scale of it. It just throws me off. And so I wanted to go bigger. This is a design I've seen other fans in the community doing for modified ARC-170s. However, I did change it, tweak it to kind of a design that I personally like. It is common that people have been utilizing this 3x3 macaroni slope piece in dark red right here. This is kind of making that perfect shape for the ARC-170. However, my design is a little bit different here. I'm utilizing this brand new piece that I haven't seen anybody use, which is the 3x3 curved panel. This was introduced, I think, in the UCS X-Wing Starfighter from like a year or two ago. It just came out in white, I think, just a few months ago. It's only in like 2 sets. Extremely hard to get your hands on, but you can buy it off Bricklink. So this kind of just rounded out the engine to be chef's kiss perfect. And then here in the front, a lot of people have been just utilizing a tile here for that slanted part inside the engine. I didn't like that design personally. I did think Lego was on the right track utilizing the ski piece. It just has that nice flare, a little bit of that edge that you want, has that metallic color as well. And I wanted to actually continue using that, so I ended up just doubling it and putting that in the engine, and it works perfectly. Yes, you have these two kind of studs there. It maybe looks a little strange, but at the end of the day, though, this is a Lego set, so for the studs being there, it kind of just signifies that, hey, this is a Lego set. So I think that's fine. I like the way it looks. Some of you might be turned off by that. You can still take this out and put a flat 1x4 tile if that's what you want to do. The next change that I had to do with the engines being larger, I did need to extend the wings. So you can't really see it here, but when you see it like perfectly side by side between the two versions, the modified one and the original, I did extend the wings out by 2 plates. And I think that was pretty much the right extension. I wouldn't want to go further than this. The further you push these wings out, the more sagging you'll get. And so this was kind of pushing the limits, and I think it's probably just the right amount. I also extended these little wings out here, not with plates, but a little bit of Technic here. And then finally, the gun turrets. These needed to be bigger. These things right here look puny on this original version of the set, and I'm really happy with the way these came out. I think the Uruk-hai army swords here from Lord of the Rings was just like the chef's kiss for the gun turrets. It has this kind of samurai-esque look. I think it looks absolutely sick on the ARC-170, and this sword is in pearl dark gray, which might throw off some of you, but if you look at the back of the ARC-170 right here, there is pearl dark gray in the engine, so I like that color combination. I also went ahead and put a pearl dark gray ingot here on the end, just so there's a little bit spread out through the model, and I was really considerate about colors, about how I'm utilizing pieces within the set. I wanted to keep things simple. I really didn't want to start over with the ARC-170. I think LEGO was on the right track with this set. It just needed to be pushed a little further, and I think what I have here is pretty much exactly what I would want a modern ARC-170 to look like. And thankfully, the pieces that I've added here isn't too many. I think maybe it's 80 pieces if you include both sides of the wings, so not many. Some of these pieces are very new, and so they're very expensive on Bricklink. Like these panels, I think are 50 cents to $1 a piece, and you need 8 of them. So as time goes on and these pieces show up in more LEGO sets, they should come down in price off Bricklink. Lego.com Pick-a-Brick is another option to get the pieces from, but right now as I'm filming this in January, the service is paused because they're overwhelmed with orders from the Christmas holiday season. That will return in the coming months, but for now, Bricklink is your only option. Now next, you're probably wondering, how do you do this yourself? And I'm gonna show you exactly that, a full tutorial right here in this video, not a separate video. But first, I do wanna mention that I'm giving away 7 of the brand new LEGO ARC-170 Starfighters on my next Whatnot stream. Okay, that is a lot of ARC-170s. So this coming Tuesday, January 28th, is actually National LEGO Day, which I didn't know was a thing. But to celebrate that, I'm hosting another Whatnot stream at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this is something you have to be there live and present to win one of these ARC-170s. I'm giving all 7 away during my stream. No strings attached. You just have to be present. And with that, you can bookmark the stream down in the description. It'll get you a $15 credit that you can utilize during the Whatnot stream. So while I'll be giving all these sets away, I'm also going to be auctioning off my LEGO Star Wars minifigure collection. So over 200 LEGO Star Wars minifigures. There'll be plenty of hard to find LEGO Star Wars minifigures that I'm auctioning off. And then on top of that, I'm going to be having some quick flash sales on some custom LEGO Star Wars clone troopers. So definitely be looking out for that. So all of this is happening on National LEGO Day, Tuesday, January 28th, again, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Links down in our description. Thank you so much for Whatnot for sponsoring this video. Okay, so first, full disclaimer here, the parts list that I'm about to show is only for one side of the ARC-170, so you'll need to double everything here. So you need to double every single part section of this video if you want to do it on either side of the wings, which I'm sure all of you need to do. So first up, we have some Technic pins here off to the left, some Technic lift arms. These are the half size in the middle. Then we have some tiles and a little 1x3 plate there. The Technic lift arms are very important that they are this specific size. Then we also need a 1x4 tile and a 1x2 plate in addition to those parts before. Then you're going to need 3 2/3 height bricks. These are fairly new. They're basically 2 plates high. Then we have a 1x2 brick. We have a 2x2 plate with the corner cut out. We have a 2x2 tile macaroni style as well. And then we have 4 of those 1x2 cheese slopes and then a single 1x1 cheese slope as well. For the gun turrets, you'll need some parts here. I don't know what this big tubular piece with the 1x2 plate connected is specifically called on Bricklink. It's a fairly old piece though. Some candle pieces, a cone, we have a 1x1 circular piece with the hole cut out, and we have the little lollipop piece, an 8 long Technic axle, a 4 long Technic axle, the Urukrai Army sword in metallic gray, 1x1 bricks with the Technic axle through them, an inverted slope, a 1x2 size, and then 2 different ingots. One's in pearl dark gray as well as a black one as well. Okay, for the engine here, we have pieces off to the left in those nougat brown colors. Doesn't matter what color these pieces are. You will need this 2x4 brick with the Technic axles through it. I know that's a little bit rare to find, but again, it doesn't matter what color it is. We have some plates, some circular pieces, those circular 2x2 tiles with the hole through them. A 4 long Technic axle, little Technic piece there. We have the 3x3 rounded panel pieces. Those are the white pieces up at the top there. Those are a little rare to find. You'll probably have to order those off Bricklink. Then we have the 3x3 elbow slopes in dark red. Those come from the Clone Command Station blister pack. Then we have the 2x2 macaroni tiles. Then we have a 2x2 plate with a Technic axle through it. The 1x3 plate that's rounded and has the holes through them. Then we have the 2 long pen that needs to be black, and then you also have a little ski piece. You need an extra one. Technically, you'll need 4 in total. 2 come within the set, so you need to order 2 more. And then we have the 3x6 curved plates as well in dark red and white. Phew, all right, that was a lot of pieces. Now getting on to the actual modification process, we're gonna tear out this old engine that looks terrible, but we are gonna use some pieces from it. We need to take these 2x2 plates here. They're two stacked within the engine. We're gonna use both of them later on, as well as this single ski piece. Then getting into modifying the body here, we're gonna remove this slope piece. We're gonna take apart this whole windshield contraption, and then we're also gonna take out these 1x3 wedge plates. Then we're gonna take off this side panel right here. We're going to remove this 1x2 brick with the studs on the side. We're going to use this later on the gun turret, so keep that around. Then we need to remove this 2x2 2-plate high snot piece, and you'll need to remove a couple pieces of the body to get to it in order to remove it. Then we're going to place the 2x3 brick back in place, as well as these slopes, put everything back together. And this is where our new assembly is going to go in to replace these pieces. So we're going to take those 2/3 height bricks and we're going to attach up to the 1x2 brick like so. Pretty simple here. Again, you could use plates instead if you don't have these pieces, but I think these 2/3 height pieces work better. Then we're going to use that corner piece as well as the macaroni tile on top of it and place those pieces back where they originally were. So fairly simple to modify this area. Next, we're going to take this side panel here. We're going to take off these tiles, the 1x1s, and even the slopes as well. We're going to take off that 1x3 tan plate off the back of this. We're going to use this 2x6 plate to keep that around on the wing later on. We're going to put that 1x3 tan plate back on this dark red tile, place these onto the body, and put the tiles on. You won't need those curved 1x2 slopes anymore. So this is what it should look like after it's all said and done. Nice and flush now, which looks nice and clean. Now moving on to the engine building section, we're going to take these 3x6 curved plates. We're going to put that 4x4 curved plate on top of it. We're going to put a 2x2 plate underneath of it, and then we're going to take these corner 3x3 panels and place them around like so. Go ahead and set this subassembly aside, and we're going to work on the top part of the engines now. We're going to take those 2x2 elbow macaroni tiles, put them on the edge of a 3x3 plate like so, and then we're going to surround this with those 3x3 slopes in dark red and put those around. Then we're going to take a 2x2 rounded plate with the Technic axle through it, put the pin through it, and put the 2x2 rounded tile on it as well. On the inverted side, we're going to take that 1x3 plate, place it here in the middle like so, and then the ski pieces are going to go on either side with the flat side of the ski facing inwards like you see here. Then for the inner structure of the engine, we're going to take that 2x4 brick with the Technic axles through it, put some plates on either side, a 2x2 plate in the middle. Then we're going to put a 2x2 tile with the hole through it on top. And then we're going to take this 4x4 rounded cutout piece in the middle, and it should all be flush like so. Then we're going to take the engine top pieces and pop those on, and it'll surround it, and there should be 2-plate depth in the middle there, and that's where you're going to attach our little ski piece subsection for that fin area. The ski pieces do poke just a tiny bit outside the engine, but I actually like the way that looks. Finally, we're just going to take a 4-long Technic axle as well as this little Technic piece right here and pop that into the engine as far as it'll go, put that little piece on and slap the engine on, and you are done. You just have to angle those blades on the inside. Next, we're going to move on to the wing section of the ARC-170. So we're going to take off all 3 of these wings. Again, you're doing the same thing on either side of the ARC-170, so it doesn't matter. It's just a mirroring process between the two. So first off, we're going to take off the gunner part here. We're going to come back to that here in a few minutes. So for now, put it off to the side. You don't need to worry about it. We're going to take off this sub-assembly on the end here. You'll need a brick separator to get this 1x2 tile off. Then we're going to take that 2x6 plate that we got from the body. We're going to use that here in just a second. We're going to slap on a 2x6 dark red tile. Put that 2x6 plate underneath of it like so. Then we're going to take this extended section now and reattach it to the wing like so with a few connection points. We'll slap on a 1x4 dark red tile right here, and then 1x2 dark red tiles on either side perpendicular to each other. Then we are going to put that dark red wedge piece back here, and then we're going to move this 3x8 wedge plate just down by 1 stud. So you'll take it off. You might have some pieces on it. Just place those back where they should be. And we're literally just moving it down by 1 plate size. That's all we're doing here. Very simple. And just place that on. You'll move the lime green tile there up by 1, and then we're going to take a 1x3 plate, place it here, and we'll take that 2x3 tile that we took off here in a minute and place that back here. We're going to take the new 1x4 tile, place that right there, and then another 1x4 tile here and a 1x2 plate, finishing off this extended wing section now. I spoke too soon. We have the inverted 2x2 tiles that need to go underneath the wing like so, and then we can place this back onto the ARC-170 exactly how it was attached originally. As for the extension for the smaller wings here, we're just going to take off these Technic lift arm pieces and we're going to just extend them utilizing these pieces like so. So we're going to take those smaller lift arms that we're bringing in here, put that Technic pin axle piece and then a longer pin inside like so, and just reattach everything. A very simple modification process. Though you might want to swap out those blue Technic pins for black ones. And as you can see, they seamlessly fit with the wing. There was actually enough space to push it out with Technic pieces without it interfering with the original design, which I thought was pretty awesome. It's like it was meant to be. Lastly, we have the turret modification. So we're going to take this fully apart, get rid of a few pieces. We won't need that 1x4 spring-loaded missile brick piece, as well as the 6 long bar. Those can be taken out. We won't use them. Then we're going to bring in our new pieces for this modification and put this together. So we're going to take this 1x2 snot brick right here, put this on the end. Then we're going to take an pearl dark ingot, put that on the side like so, and then we're going to use that subassembly that was on the bottom side of the turret, put that on the top now. A 1x2 inverted slope. We're going to take those 1x1 Technic bricks, put them there. A 1x3 plate with the rounded plate at the bottom goes on like so, and then we have this slightly older piece that's very important for this design, and we're going to slap on the lollipop piece, an inverted slope like so, put an ingot on the other side, and it should look nice and clean. Then we're going to take this 1x1 plate with a hole through it, put that in here, and the cone that we were just using a few minutes ago on the original design, and pop a candle piece on that, put the 4 long Technic axle on the backside like so, and put it all together like this. Then for the second part of the turret, we're going to take that 8 long Technic axle, pop a cone on it, pop a candle piece, and then we're going to take that pearl dark gray sword from Lord of the Rings and pop that on the end like this, which is just the chef's kiss, final touch for the turret. Put that into here like so, and that is your turret assembly. We'll pop that back on the wing, and you could stop here and be done with the modification process, but I did want to do one more thing, which is just add some cheese slopes on the bottom side of the ARC-170. This just helps grip it a little bit better. It's so strange that Lego left these plates exposed like so. They kind of come off easily, but that is it. That is a full modification process for the ARC-170. Hopefully this was an okay tutorial to follow. You'll have some extra pieces like so at the end. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Unfortunately, as I'm making this video, I don't have like a Bricklink wanted list or parts list that I can share with you guys. So you'll have to manually put them into Bricklink or Pick a Brick. But if a wonderful fan wants to share a list with me, I will put that down in the description for you guys. With that said, let me know what you guys think of my modification here. Do you like it? Do you want to change some things? I really encourage for you guys to try my design and go further with it. Like if you think something should change here within the engine, or you don't like my gun turret design, or you think the wing should be different, I want to see it. I encourage for you guys to go further than what I've done here. I think this is a great upgrade in my personal opinion, but I can't wait to see if you guys want to take it further. And if you do so, share it with me on Instagram, share it with me here on YouTube. I will absolutely be excited to see what you guys end up doing. With that said, I do want to thank Whatnot for sponsoring this video. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.